Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of August 24, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Continued defensive operations. Russian forces continue to repel Ukrainian attempts to invade Russian territory, particularly in the Kursk direction, where over 5,500 Ukrainian servicemen have been reportedly killed since the beginning of the operation. And reconnaissance and search operations were ongoing to identify and eliminate Ukrainian sabotage groups attempting to penetrate Russian territory.
Welcome to Frontline Updates podcast, where we bring you the latest insights from the front lines. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad, and today we have the honor of speaking with Colonel AUC Oguntoye, an infantry officer responsible for leading infantry soldiers during missions on the ground. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to provide this update.
Colonel, could you start by summarizing the major actions taken by the Russian armed forces in the past few days?
Yes, from August 17th to 24th, our forces continued executing the special military operation across multiple fronts. We focused on degrading the capabilities of the Ukrainian armed forces by targeting their manpower, equipment, and infrastructure. Significant progress was made in the Volchansk, Liptsov, Kharkiv, Donetsk, Kherson, and Sumy regions, among others.
Let's delve into the specifics. What were the key actions taken by the North Group of Forces during this period?
The North Group of Forces engaged Ukrainian formations in the Volchansk and Liptsov directions, specifically targeting the 22nd Motorized Infantry Brigade, the 36th Marine Brigade, and several territorial defense brigades. Our forces inflicted substantial losses on these units, including 135 servicemen, a German-made Marder infantry fighting vehicle, and several other armored vehicles.
That's a significant impact. How did the West Group of Forces contribute to the operation?
The West Group of Forces played a crucial role in improving our tactical positions. They successfully repelled 6 counterattacks by Ukrainian mechanized brigades and inflicted heavy losses on the enemy, including 520 servicemen. Additionally, they destroyed advanced Western-supplied artillery, such as the UK-made Braveheart self-propelled artillery unit and US-made M777 howitzers.
It seems the Southern Group was also quite active. Could you elaborate on their operations?
The Southern Group of Forces made significant territorial gains and defeated key Ukrainian units, including the 79th Airborne Assault and 46th Airmobile Brigades. They repelled a counterattack by the 5th Assault Brigade and inflicted over 690 casualties on Ukrainian forces. We also destroyed multiple howitzers and ammunition depots, further weakening their artillery capabilities.
The operations seem widespread. How did the Center and East groups fare in their respective areas?
Both the Center and East groups were highly effective. The Center group improved its tactical position and repelled 7 counterattacks, causing over 580 Ukrainian casualties. The East group, meanwhile, engaged and defeated concentrations of Ukrainian forces in the Donetsk region, repelling 4 counterattacks and causing significant damage to their equipment, including French-made Caesar howitzers.
With all these operations in play, what kind of resistance are you facing from the Ukrainian armed forces?
The Ukrainian forces are putting up resistance, particularly through counterattacks. However, our forces have been able to repel these attempts effectively. For instance, in the Kursk direction alone, the Ukrainian forces have lost over 5,500 servicemen since the beginning of the operation, along with significant amounts of equipment, including tanks and armored vehicles.
How about air and missile defense? How are your forces handling threats from the air?
Our air defense systems have been very effective. Over the past week, we shot down 3 US-made ATACMS operational tactical missiles, 5 French-made hammered guided bombs, 12 HIMARS rockets, and 44 unmanned aerial vehicles. This has significantly reduced the enemy's ability to strike our positions.
What about the broader strategic outlook? How do you see the situation evolving?
The operation is ongoing, and we remain committed to our objectives. Our focus is on continuing to degrade the Ukrainian military's capabilities while securing and consolidating our positions. We expect to maintain this momentum and address any further threats posed by Ukrainian forces. In the Kursk region, active clashes continue along the entire length of the front line. Russian troops do not allow a breakthrough of the lines, steadfastly holding the defense. In the Koronevsky district, fighting continues in the area of Koronivo, Krasnoktyabrsky, and Komarovka. No changes in the combat situation were recorded overnight. South of Kremyannoy, operational tactical aviation is bombing Ukrainian armed forces positions in the forest. In the Sudzansky district, Russian armed forces UAV operators are hitting enemy armored vehicles and motor vehicles in Sudza and its suburbs. Counter battles continue in Russkaya Konopelka.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. It's important to keep everyone informed about the progress and challenges we face on the ground. During the past 48-hour reporting period, Israeli attacks on Gaza have killed 69 Palestinians and wounded 212. A Hamas delegation, led by senior official Khalil al-Hayya, has arrived in Cairo amid continuing Gaza ceasefire talks. Reports say the group will be briefed on the current status of negotiations, but is not expected to take part directly.